Gainesville, Luke Del Rio was praised by coaches and teammates for the grit he showed to battle back from multiple injuries and earn the starting nod at quarterback. Considering that this may be his toughest setback yet. Del Rio suffered a season-ending collarbone injury during the second quarter of number 21 Florida's 38-24 victory over Vanderbilt on Saturday, a painful misfortune that stained what was otherwise the team's best showing of the season in front of 84,478. "It's hard," said McElwain, who confirmed Del Rio will undergo surgery Monday. "You just feel horrible for him. And yet, the guys rallied around Felipe Franks." Del Rio, a redshirt junior making his first start of the season, left the game with less than 5 minutes remaining until halftime. He was hit while completing a pass on a third down and lingered on the turf momentarily before getting up and walking to the locker room with a trainer. He didn't return Saturday. It's uncertain that he ever will at UF. That makes Franks the man for the Gators, 3-2-1, 3-0 Southeastern Conference, who host LSU next week. The redshirt freshman, who has twice been benched this season, came on in relief and completed 10 of 14 passes for 185 yards. Franks played poised against the Commodores, 3-2, 0-2 SEC, but was also hurting for his teammate. "It's hard when that stuff happens when you get hurt like that," said Franks, who wrote Del Rio's name on his wrist as inspiration. "You can only imagine what he's going through, him and his family. It's emotional and I definitely wanted to keep him in my prayers, especially when I was out there on the field." Franks entered the game for UF's final series in the first half and energized a quiet crowd by completing a 49-yard pass to receiver Terry Cleveland. That drive eventually stalled and Florida settled for a field goal to tie the score at 17 at halftime. The game turned out to be quite a battle from there. Florida opened a 31-17 lead on running back Lamical Perini's third rushing touchdown of the game with 14:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. But Vanderbilt quarterback Kyle Shurmur, who completed 18 of 40 passes for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns, kept the Commodores in it until the end. Shurmur hit tight end Nathan Marcus for a 7-yard touchdown to cut UF's lead to 31-24 with 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. The Commodores attempted an onside kick after the score, which was recovered by UF receiver Dre Massey. The Gators could breathe easy for the first time all day, and really all season, when freshman running back Malik Davis erupted for a 39-yard touchdown on a 4th-and-1 run with under 2 minutes remaining. Davis had a career-high 124 rushing yards and 2 scores to go along with Perini's 58 rushing yards and 3 scores. Florida converted all 3 of its fourth-down attempts, scored touchdowns on 4 of its 5 trips to the red zone and ran for 218 yards in the game. "That's a formula McElwain had to enjoy." "We just lost the edge," Commodores linebacker LaDarius Wiley said. "We missed a few tackles. It just comes down to finishing with execution and we didn't do that." The Gators' defense limited the Commodores to 22 yards in the third quarter after Shurmur made several nice plays in the first half. Shurmur threaded a 13-yard touchdown to receiver Khalija Lipscomb to tie the game at 7 and then found receiver Caleb Scott open in the end zone from 12 yards away to tie the game at 14. A 42-yard field goal by Tommy Openshaw put Vanderbilt ahead 17-14 in the second quarter. "Let's credit Florida," Vanderbilt coach Derek Mason said. "This was a game of attrition. Particularly for Del Rio. The 22-year-old was dealing with a torn meniscus and sprained right shoulder sustained early last season when he suffered a torn labrum in his left shoulder during a game against Georgia last October. Del Rio gutted out the injuries through a disappointing 31-10 loss to Arkansas on November 5, which was his last game of the season. Del Rio, who completed 7 of 11 passes for 64 yards Saturday, underwent surgery on both shoulders during the off-season and saw his first game action of the season against Kentucky when he replaced an ineffective Franks in the second half. Del Rio rallied the Gators to a victory against the Wildcats by leading 2 touchdown drives during the fourth quarter. Now, He'll have to watch and see what they can accomplish without him. You want to play for somebody, and that was one of the people I wanted to play for because he's done nothing but support me and help me the whole time I've been here at Florida," Franks said. "It hurts. I know it hurts him and it also hurts me." Philip Heilman, 904-359-4063